Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Level 3 Different Strokes exercise class. My name's Alex and I'm a physiotherapist with Physio Function and I'm going to be leading this class today. So as always, we want you to have a challenging and enjoyable class, so it's really important that for your safety you exercise to the correct level. So level 3 classes are designed for individuals who have reasonably good movement in their affected leg, but may have some restricted movement in their affected arm. Individuals should be able to stand, but may need a bit of support. So it is a requirement for this class that you have a kitchen bench, a table, or a sturdy upright chair that you can hold when completing the standing exercises. It's also a requirement that you have somebody there available to assist and supervise your standing exercises for safety. Okay, another thing is it's always useful to have some water nearby, so please keep yourself hydrated, make sure you keep drinking throughout the class, and always work at your own level and at your own pace. Okay, so our exercises will be timed. So it means that you're working at a pace that works for you. You want to be challenged, but you want to be safe, okay? So that's the sort of balance you're trying to find. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a class focusing on improving your sit to stand. And what I think we might do over the next few weeks is work on seeing if we can improve our ability to stand up from a seated position. So today we're going to do a warm up and then we're going to go through some technique, some little exercises working on different components of the sit to stand. And then we're going to do a timed sit to stand. So we're going to do 1 minute. So this is where your assistant's going to come in handy. Get them to time you or count how many times you can stand up and sit down in 1 minute. Okay, so that's going to be the little challenge in here, and I want you to make a note of how many repetitions you get in that minute, and then what we'll do is we will retest that again in probably about 4 weeks time and see if you can beat your score. So we're then going to go into a circuit, and again it's going to be lower body focused, so it's going to be working on exercises to help strengthen up those muscles that you need to get you from a seated position to a standing position. Fab. Okay, let's get started. So what I want you to do, we're going to start just by doing a bit of a march. Okay, so we want to start and get our heart rate up. I'm going to get my stopwatch on. And we're going to go marching for a minute. So I want you to move your hands and your arms and your legs. Oh, I forgot to say at the start as well, this class is a combination of sitting exercises and standing exercises. So we will generally start our warm up in a seated position, and then we will work our way to standing, okay? Lovely, everyone. So keep those arms and legs moving. So you can have your arms clasped together in front if you would like. And we're not bothered about how high you get. It's just about moving those arms, moving your legs, warming up your body. Really nice. Keep it going. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay. And then what we're going to do now, we're going to change to some heel taps. So I want you to alternate tapping your heels. Opposite arm and leg if you can. Lovely. If you want to put some music on, please feel free. I would have music on in the background, but it would distract from me talking. But yeah, music's a great way sometimes to keep yourself motivated. So it's always good to have it playing in the background if you can, if you like that. Lovely, everyone. So keep it going. Hopefully getting a little bit warmer. Lovely. Going to go for another 10 seconds. Really nice. Well done. Good. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to try and reach opposite side. So reaching up and over. If that's a bit too high for you, okay, then I want you just to reach across in front, okay? With your affected side as well, if that's a bit tricky for you, you could use hands together, okay? And if you wanted to, you could add a little step out to the side with your leg. So you might need to sit towards the front of your chair for this one. Lovely. Good, everyone should be getting a bit warmer. Okay, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to do some reaching up and down. So hands together if you want, or separate, up and down towards the floor, okay? So a thing to be mindful of, if you have had your hip ever operated on, if you have a hip replacement, please do not reach so far down to the ground. You can just reach, slide your hands forward in your knee, okay? And make sure you're being safe and you're only reaching as far as you can control, because this can be quite a challenge on your sitting balance. So just move within your limits. So this could just be a reach up and a little reach forward and down, okay? Up and down, nearly there. Excuse my squeaky chair. Good. Lovely. Okay. I want you now to do some big shoulder rolls backwards. So one arm at a time, big rolls backwards. Lovely. Nice big rolls. Get your arms involved if you can. A bit like you're doing a backstroke. Good. And then forwards now. Big rolls with your shoulders. Get your arms involved. Almost like we're doing a bit of front crawl. Lovely. Good. Okay, what I want us to do now, we're going to just do a little bit of mobilizing for our body. So I want you to have your hands out in front. We're going to turn, bring our right arm around behind us, following with our head, back to the middle, and then the other way. Okay, if that's a bit hard for you to hold your hands up, you can go from your lap. Okay, and again, you're going as far as feels comfortable for you. We're wanting to do a bit of a stretch, so you're wanting to try and feel a bit of a little stretch in your waist when you're doing this, but nothing should be painful. Out and in. Good. One more. And in. Fantastic. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do some technique work first. So we're going to do 3 exercises that are working on different components to do with your sit to stand, and then we're going to do our time sit to stand. So the first exercise we're going to do is focusing on our weight transfer forward. So in order to stand up, what we need to do, we need to bring our body weight, okay, over our feet so that we can then stand up. And this can be something that people find quite tricky. And especially if you're a person, you find you end up pushing the backs of your legs against the sofa or the chair to stand yourself up. So this is a good technique to practice if that's something you struggle with. So feet even underneath your knees. I want you to think about legs being in line, and we're thinking about equal weight. So as much as you can, I want you to try and use your affected side. Okay, you're going to need to shuffle your bottom forward towards the edge of the chair. So if you want to, what you could use for this is if you've got a wheel walker or a wheelie chair or something, you could use that in front. But we're just going to use our hands, okay? So you don't have to use anything. But if you've got a wheelie walker or something, you could practice sliding that wheelie walker forwards and back, or a wheelie chair. Have your hands on the chair and try sliding it forward and back. I'm going to turn to the side just to show you this exercise, okay? We're going to go for a minute. Okay, Sitting towards the edge of the chair, feet nice and equal, hands out in front. I want you to reach forward as far as you can, control, until you feel like the weight's going to lift off your bottom, and then we come back. Okay, we're just going to reach forward, far as we can control, feel the weight in your feet, and then come back. Reach forward, feel the weight in your feet, and I want you to think about pushing your feet down into the ground, especially on that affected side, and then back again. Okay, you're going to lean forward, reaching forward, push those feet into the ground. Imagine you trying to push the ground away, but we're not moving yet. Okay, just getting used to getting our weight over our feet and having a big push down with our legs. So we're going to reach forward and push into the ground. So think about really pushing your heels into the ground, especially that affected side, and then come back. Okay, one more here. Reach forward, push into the ground, and then come back. Lovely. So the next one we're going to do is what we call a jockey lift. Well, I'll call it a jockey lift because it's simulating the position that a jockey would ride a horse. So we're coming into this position. So if you imagine how a jockey stands on a horse, or what I think it does, jockey stands on a horse, that's the position we're going to. So we're not quite standing all the way up, but we are getting our bottom off the chair. So you bring your feet a bit further back here. So if your feet are out in front of you, that's going to make it really hard for you to stand up, okay? So if you can bring your feet back underneath and a bit behind your knees, it doesn't matter if your heels aren't completely on the ground, okay? If you've got some tightness in your calf muscle, that will affect that. So again, feet equal, underneath your knees, okay? Same thing again. Now you can use the arms of the chair for this one if you want to. And sometimes as well, people find it good to have a support in front just so they feel a bit more secure. I would recommend having your assistant nearby as well, just to supervise your balance for safety. So if you need your hands here, we're going to be coming again. So think about that leaning forward we just practiced. And then you're going to do a little push now to lift your bottom off the chair. So your weight is over your feet, okay, but we're not quite standing up. I want you to really feel like the weight's going even down through your feet. Your bottom muscles are working, and then we're going to come back down. So if you're holding the arms of the chair, you can do, but just be mindful that you're pulling yourself backwards. Okay, other option is if you want to stand or go near a support, you can think about reaching over the support. Okay, so try not to touch it if you can, or if you do, light hand tips, fingertips, and then coming back down. Okay, just make sure you're safe with whatever you do. Or final option is we're practicing, you could do hands crossed. We're going to come here, practice holding there, and then come back down. Okay, so we're going to do that for a minute in your own time. So off we go, picking whatever option you want to. So hands here, forward, over those feet, bottom off the chair, weights going down nice and equal, and then we're going to come back down. Or alternatively, hands out in front, hold, keep that head up and down. So think about keeping your head up and looking ahead. Or we're here. So whichever option you're going for, hold and back down. And again, I want you to check where your feet are, because if they might have moved, you want to make sure they're coming back underneath your feet and also even. So you might find that your stronger leg likes to sneak back a little bit. Try and keep them even and really try and focus on getting that affected leg to work. Forward, hold, and back. Let's do 3 more, okay? Forward and hold. Imagine you jockey. And back. Lovely. Keep that head up as well. Forward and hold. Feel the weight even. If you're feeling like you're shifting to your stronger side, try and bring it back to the middle. 1 more. Forward and hold. And back down. Well done. Okay, so I want you to grab yourself a drink, okay? We're going to do our timed sit to stand now. So I'm going to do your timing, okay? So your assistant doesn't have to worry about the timing, but I want someone to keep count and make a record of how many times you stand up and sit down. So a whole repetition for standing up is coming from up to here. You need to finish in a completely upright position, okay? And then back down, okay? So your final rep will count as long as you come up to here, all right? So make a note when you finish, whether you finish in a final standing position or if you finish in a seated position. But because we're counting the repetitions of standing up, I want you to count to the time you're fully stood. So it's how many times you actually get to a standing position. So, okay, make sure you've got your support nearby if you need it when you're standing for safety. Make sure your assistant is there to count your repetitions. I'm going to count us. Now, I'm going to do them with you. I want you to try and do as many as you can. They need to be good repetitions, so make sure you are standing all the way up, but as quick as you can safely, okay? So good repetitions and safety are key, but it's as many as you can in a minute, okay? We're going to make a note, and then we will come back to this in about 4 weeks' time. So, ready? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off you go. Standing up all the way and sitting down as many times as you can in a minute. So this can get quite tiring. If you need to stop and pause, you can. Just remember, we're looking at how many repetitions. And the hopeful aim is that this will improve over the time that you're doing the classes. Lovely. And a really good way of practicing and getting better at sit to standing is practicing sit to stands. So a good thing to do, if you can do this week, each day, you could even have a go at doing this. 1 minute sit to stands. Okay, guys, you've got 6 seconds left. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and stop where you are. Fantastic. Make a note of how many reps you got. Remember, if you finished in standing, you can count that. If you finished in sitting, it's just the last time you managed to stand. Good. Well done. Okay, so as you can see, we can get you a bit out of puff. So I want you to make a note of that, and we will revisit that in future. Right, so get yourself a drink, get yourself ready. We are going to now go into some exercises to work on the muscles in our thighs and our hips, which can help with our sit to stands, okay? So the first exercise we're going to do these ones in standing. So I want you to make sure that you've got your support nearby, okay? So our first exercise, so you can watch me as you're getting yourself all ready, is a squat hold. So we're going to stand with our feet nice and equal again. So we're thinking about where our weight is in the middle, all right? So I want you to think about keeping your weight in the middle, so trying not to veer either side. Nice strong legs. You can have your support in front if you want to, or to the side, whatever you prefer. We're going to squat down, and then we're going to hold it there. I want you to think about keeping those knees over your toes, so don't let them drop in, okay? And also, you're keeping your back straight and your head up. So you could have the chair behind you as a target, okay? So you're pretending you're going to sit down, but stopping about halfway, and then we're going to come back up. And we're going to try and hold each one for 5 seconds or so if we can. Okay, so we're going to do that for a minute. So get yourself ready. Weight nice and equal, and off we go. So we're squatting down, we're holding, and we're back up. Good, and we're going down again. Squat down and hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, squeeze back up. Good, squeeze your bottom. Weight equal, squat down, 2, 3, 4, 5, squeeze up. Lovely, and again, squat down, 2, 3, 4, 5, squeeze up. Good, okay, and again, squat down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Lovely, and again, squat down, think hips back, bottom back to chair, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your bottom up. Good. Let's do one more. Squat down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze back up. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do now a minute of boxing. So it's completely up to you. If you would like to do this in standing, you could stand holding your support, okay? Or you could stand with your back against the wall and practice boxing here, okay? Just making sure that you've got some support, but again, making sure you're safe. Or we can use this opportunity to have a little active rest and have a sit down and box in sitting, okay? So we're gonna go for a minute in 3, 2, 1, off we go. We're punching forward, okay? So you're punching forward with both of your arms as much as you can. Okay, so I want you to make sure that you're incorporating your effective side as much as you can. If it's tricky, you could use both hands held together, punching forward and back and front. The most important thing is that you're moving, okay? So our cardio, like this one, cardiovascular exercises we're doing today, they are going to be upper body to give our legs a little bit of a rest. So you can be here, or remember, if you're standing, you're up here, okay? But just make sure you're safe and you have the balance to do this in standing. Okay, so either one, you got 15 seconds left. Really nice. That's it, guys, well done. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Fantastic. Okay, get yourself a drink if you need one. We're gonna come back up to standing. So I'm gonna get you to be in front of your support again, okay? So you can hold it with both your hands. Remember, when you're doing your support, you're providing as much support as you, or as little support as you need, or we'll go that way. So you're not over supporting and leaning too heavily, but you're using it to keep yourself safe and balanced. So you're only providing what you need for safety, okay? So, apologies, my throat's going a little bit. So standing nice and tall, I want you to think about, we're gonna go back and in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna work on one side at a time. So I'm gonna get you firstly to do your left leg. Okay, we're thinking about stretching back and really squeezing your bottom, keeping your chest up and back in. So you can slide your foot back along the floor, or you could try lifting your foot, okay? But just make sure you're not leaning too far forwards here. You're just reaching back. It might not go very far, especially if you've got tight hips, but you just want to think about squeezing your bottom as much as you can. Okay, left side first, off we go. Squeezing and back in. Good. Squeeze, back in. Keep that tummy tucked in. Try not to arch your back too much, okay? And back in. Like I said, it doesn't matter how far you get. I just want you to think about really squeezing your bottom. Squeeze and back in. Lovely. Squeeze and back in. Stay nice and strong on this supporting leg. You'll feel like that one will be working as well. And back in. Good. And again, squeeze and back in. Fantastic. Squeeze, back in. Good. Let's see if we can do a couple more. Back in. One more. Squeeze, back in. Lovely. Give them a little shake and a wiggle. And we're going to go to the other side. So right leg back to the middle. Good. Back to the middle. Fantastic. And to the middle. Well done, guys. Lovely. And to the middle, really squeeze that bottom, keep that chest up. Really nice. So reaching back, squeezing your bottom, or if you want to, you can lift that foot off the ground. Either way, again, you're just thinking about squeezing your bottom, straightening that leg backwards. Really nice. A few more on this side. Good. That's it. do one more here. Lovely. Okay, we're going to come back into our seated position and we're going to do some more boxing. But this time we're going to box around to the side. So we're doing a nice hook. Okay, going for 1 minute. Off you go. Hooking around with your arm. Nice punch either side. On your effective side, remember, if you don't have much movement, think about the movement with your shoulder. So hooking around. That's it. Lovely. Keep it going. Fantastic, everyone. Hook those arms around. Okay, we're nearly halfway. Well done. You guys are doing great. Fantastic work. Lovely. Come on, guys. Nearly there. Really good. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Awesome. That's it. And rest there. Fab. Okay. Again, get yourself a drink if you need one. So the last thing oh no, not the last one actually. I'm sorry, I fibbed. It's not the last exercise. The next exercise we're going to do is one to work on the muscles at the side of our hip. So I'm going to stand side on to show you, but please feel free to hold the support with both hands. So we're going to do a hip abduction. So that means bringing it out to the side and back to the middle. So what we're doing here, we want to try and keep those toes pointing forwards. I don't want them turning out like that or your leg coming forward. You're trying to think about bringing it straight out to the side and back to the middle. You're keeping your body nice and upright, okay, not leaning to the side. Again, it doesn't matter how far you get, okay? We want you to think about the muscles in the side of your hip and your bottom working here. If that is a bit difficult for you, I want you to think about stepping out to the side and back to the middle. So again, straight stepping to the side, foot facing forward. Okay? So we are going to do one side and then the other again. Okay, so I'm going to get my stopwatch ready. Get your support ready. And off we go. Side, back in. So I'm starting on my left leg. So you may start on whichever side you please. Just make sure that you do the other side next rep or next round. Lovely, everyone. Good stuff. Really nice. Good. Keep it going nice and controlled. And we're coming out to the side, or we are here. We are side stepping. Thinking about those muscles in the side of those hips. Really nice. Got 15 seconds left. You probably will be feeling it in this other leg as well, working. I want you to try and make sure your knee's not dropping in. Your leg's not locked, but it's soft, okay? Soft knee. And we're gonna change sides. So I'll come here, okay? So I just want you to start on the other leg and off we go. Other leg out to the side, back to the middle. Remember, you can be holding your support in front. We're coming out or we're stepping to the side, back to the middle. Really nice. Fantastic. Good stuff, everyone. Nice and controlled. Really feel it in that hip muscle here. It's right inside of your hips or side of your bottom. These are really important muscles to have nice and strong because they help with that stability in our hip when we're standing, help with our balance, and will help with our sit to stand as well. Good. Got 10 seconds left. And then we've got one more time. We're going to do another minute. So standing up and sitting down as a final blast, and then we're done. Fantastic. Okay, come back to your chair. So again, I want you to have a support nearby for your standing. We're not going to count your repetitions for this one. Feel free to if you would like to, but we're just going to do standing up and sitting down for 1 minute because repetition is a really good way of getting better. So if there is something that you are struggling with or something that you're finding quite difficult, practicing it, so breaking it down can help, but then also practicing the task itself is really good, or is a really good way to improve. Okay, so for sit to stand, practicing your sit to stand is a great way of trying to get better at it. Okay, so 1 minute, off we go. Stand up and down, really nice. Thinking about all those things we worked on as well. So symmetry, think nose over toes, body forward and up. Standing all the way at the top, nice and straight and nice and symmetrical, weight even through your legs. Remember, you're working at a pace, at your own pace. It may be quicker than me, it may be slower than me, okay? It's whatever is your pace, and you may need, like I said, you may need a little rest in between, that's fine. You're just doing as many as you can in a minute. Very good, you got 10 seconds left, and then that's it. Really lovely. 3, 2, 1, and stop there. Awesome work, awesome work. Get yourself a drink. That was a burner for your legs, that class. So give yourselves a massive pat on the back. Let's do some stretches. So we're going to start with some stretches in sitting. So I'm going to turn my chair to the side just so you can see. Let's straighten out our left leg. Okay, keep our right leg bent. Hands on the bent knee. Sit tall and then lean forward until you feel a stretch down the back of that straight leg. Hold that there. Really nice. Good. Okay, and then we're going to change legs. Right leg straight, hands on the left knee, nice and tall, and bend forward. Keep that back straight, keep that head up. Feel the stretch down the back of that straight leg. Lovely, guys. Nice big breaths. Get your breath back. Good. And then come back up. Okay, this time we're going to bring our left foot back further underneath the chair, okay? And then what we're going to do, so heel will be off the floor. We're going to bring your hands on your left knee, and we're going to try and put our weight into that foot, bringing our heel towards the floor. So you feel a bit of a stretch in the back of that left ankle. Hold that there. If you wear a rigid splint, okay, for your foot, you might need to, or you will need to take it off, either take it off or undo it when doing this exercise, because that will limit how much you can do this. Okay, and then we're going to change legs. So bring right foot back, again, hands on the right knee, and lean that weight down. So yeah, if you do struggle, if you do wear a splint on your foot, it is good to do this exercise, this stretch with your splint off. Just make sure your ankle is in a good position. The ball of your foot is on the ground, okay? You don't want to be rolling over on your ankle like this. Your foot wants to get towards flat on the ground. Okay, lovely. And then I just want you to reach your arms forward, round your back, drop your head chin to chest. Big breaths in and out. Good. And then hands towards the base of your back, or as far as you can. And then you're squeezing your elbows back together, getting a nice stretch on that chest, and option to lift your head to the ceiling. Big breaths in and out here. Lovely. Good. Fantastic. Give everything a shake. Give yourselves a clap. Well done. Thank you very much for joining me for this level 3 different strokes exercise class. Please give us a thumbs up and give us, if you've completed the class and you've enjoyed it. As always, we welcome any feedback, any comments. If there's anything in particular, if you want to comment and list your scores, then you can do. It's completely up to you. But thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Take care. Okay, keep safe and keep well. Bye.